Okay, I think we are live here. We're going to be casting the Emu, um, what is this? Emu Season 4 matchup against BDW and Beast Mode. I am HappyChild, and I am with Sam, aka PingusPongus, on BGA.
Thanks so much, Happy Child, for the introduction. Pretty exciting matchup we have here today. Got to be a little intimidating for Beast Mode, do you think? I mean, I don't know if you have this experience when you play against some of the highest rated players on BGA, but I certainly find it a little more intimidating. And I think it can throw me off my game, if I'm totally honest.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to. I'm mostly a turn-based player, and my brief exposure to live games has made it uh, very stressful for me. And then to be up against BDW, who can seemingly make great decisions every time in a quick amount of time, will be tough.
Yeah, we'll see how Beast Mode does. I mean, very competent player in his own right who's done very well to get this far. And the winner of this match will be up against Scalding in the next round. So, one tough opponent after another for whoever wins this one.
Yeah, very true. And it looks like they just went through the bans. I don't know. I don't know if you caught the. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can fix. You talk while I see if I can fix my volume.
Go ahead. I was unable to catch the band differences. It looks like they've gone straight into picks here. We have BW hovering over observation tower, but it's unclear whether or not he's actually going to go with that selection.
Testing my mic again. Let me know if you hear if there's a big difference, or if it's still the same. I guess from chat. All right, I'll see. We'll see if they. I forgot we're on the delay, so it'll take them a little while to let me know if I'm still too low. Looks like BDW is starting off with T1, which I believe had the lowest win rate in asymmetric maps in all of the Emu Cup thus far.
What do you think of this first map selection out of BDW? I mean, not my go-to map, though. We just talked about how it's a great 2CP worker map because of the rep and your X token cards allowing you to more frequently use your association action.
I actually really like it. I don't typically. I'm not the type to always do 2CP worker. It's pretty infrequent for me. But and I think BDW is pretty similar in that regard. But I like the map, and we just got a flash that Beast Mode is starting on Silver Lake. I think we saw.
Pretty classically and universally believed to be solid map. That determination project reward always a threat near the end of the game. And we have what looks like maybe a round one project plan here from BDW with this green sea turtle and Yosemite National Park plan, as well as a horse whisperer for some speculative later action. We did see him discard the donkey from his opening hand, so we know there's at least one petting zoo he'll be able to recover if he holds on to this horse whisperer.
Yeah, that's a good catch. I was busy looking at my volume stuff to see if I could get that working. I missed a little bit of the decision on the opening hand, but Horse Whisperer makes sense on this map, especially because of the extra rep that you could cheat out from the workers, especially with the release from releasing the sea turtle. It should be able to get to 6 fairly quickly.
Looks like we have BDW unblocking someone so they can spectate the game, potentially. You know, first decision here, do you think it's worth drawing up Geologist, or do you think go with a random card from the deck?
No, so I think definitely grabbing geologists is good, and we all know BDW is always looking to pick up as many sponsors as possible. I've watched a lot of his replays, and he's really true to his persona that of sponsor man. That he likes keeping them over a lot of other cards and opening hands. Likes picking them up when he can. The other thing I noticed is he's very big, and it'll be interesting to see if we see it here a lot. He's very big on lack of transparency of his hand. It's a reason that he doesn't like snapping and drawing from display. He likes to play from display but draw from the deck so the opponent has as little information as possible about what's in his hand.
It's very clever, makes it very hard to play around. Means the opponent's just going to have no idea what kind of threats are going to be coming their way. Uh, we'll see how this adjusts here. I mean, he started obviously with the one animal that he immediately intends to release. So he's sticking to that sponsor man name as you point out. And we have beast mode here going with a bird uni, looking at that birds 2 project perhaps, maybe going for birds 4. They pull a secretary bird, which is probably not what they were looking for unless they've got a release of their own.
Wow, that
But we'll
scuba
see. We'll see
dive
what ends up
too.
happening.
Scuba dive too, right into the science museum. Oh, it's gonna be a classic game.
Into Science Museum is pretty crazy. I mean, he's pretty far away from being able to play it. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with it, and we'll also. I'm curious what you think he does first project reward here. Do you think he
Uh,
goes for the card draw? His economy is going to be in pretty rough shape if he does. I guess he'll get. Well, he won't get the 10 money, so it's going to be a bit of a decision point about what kind of project reward, whether he does 2 CP worker here.
Yeah, my guess is just based on what I've seen from him in the past, he will not go for the 2 CP worker. I tend to start with the 2 size on this map, just typically, just to start going across the map. Looks like he's opting for the extra card and flexibility.
Extra card, very good on this map. Obviously, you do not have the advantage of being able to snap from anywhere in the display, but you can draw from deck, which, as you just talked about, is his preference. Oh, and he does go 2 CP worker. So we will be seeing another association action in round 1, probably. Beast mode can certainly not cause the break before this association action is taken. And on his side, he set up a expert on Australia. So has a little bit of a peel off of that, and we'll see what else he makes of it. Not project relevant, but can be a good card.
Yeah, it was a good call by you on the 2 CP worker, and I was double wrong. Didn't go for the 2 size and went for the 2 CP worker. It makes sense with if you are taking the card draw reward um, to want that additional rep from the worker, so you have a little bit more flexibility on what you take, as well as getting the rep towards Horse Whisperer.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes, and maybe he's going to really rush out this Horse Whisper, and we're going to see a, Science 2 rep here, which does look like what he's setting up to do. And now he has the 2 size for this Coati, presumably.
La la. I'm gonna try to get my mic sorted again. I don't know why it's all of a sudden gone low.
Do still have bell makers in the chat, keeping an eye on the volume there, which we appreciate. Melissa said it's not too bad of a difference, but we'll try to get the sound as equivalent as possible, so everyone's got the best viewing experience. And we're off into round 2 here.
All right, I'm gonna try. I tried something else. We'll see if If anybody hears a difference. Sorry. So I missed the. What was he able to pick up going into the second round with the reward? Is that the expert in herbivores from the deck?
Yeah, the I would say that's probably going to be an X token if I were to gather. I don't think that's going to see play, but we'll see. And he did have the Secretary Bird release. Low mountain range, really clutch there for Beast Mode. I mean, that is okay. That's a very good start.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not too much. It's not a huge advantage, I guess, to get the 10 money over the play sponsor, but I think it is preferred. So he did get priority on that. But I'm sure BDW is happy it's not a partner zoo or university.
Yeah, it's not the most devastating, but I think, with the round one release for
Ah,
BDW, I do really
ah,
feel that the
ah,
economy would have been nice. Now, he does have this petting
ah,
zoo horse
ah.
whisperer plan, which is pretty,
Hello.
inexpensive as far as animals go coming up. So maybe it's not as big of a deal as if he, had other, uh, more expensive plans coming up. But still, I mean, it's a really good start for beast mode here, undeniably.
Yeah, I'm sure both of them are happy with the early project starts and the relative strength of them. And BDW is not going to waste any time getting the petting zoo down since he's one rep away at this point from being able to play the horse whisperer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he plays the Kawadi petting zoo will come down, I guess, this round, and then he'll horse whisper after the Kawadi when he's got the rep set up for it. It's not, you know, if there's more petting zoo animals coming, that's great. But you know, there was the donkey that was discarded, we know, but nothing in the display. So it might be the case. Sometimes you get a horse whisper and it ends up getting you three extra appeal. That's not that doesn't end up doing too much. Always a threat, but you actually have to hit the other petting zoo animals for it to really pay off.
Yeah, it's not. At least it's not too much of an investment. It is just an extra card in your hand. You want it to do something. But if you get one or once you get two, you really, I think you've gotten a lot out of it. But you get it down so early, you're forcing your opponent to have to deny petting zoo animals for the rest of the game is frustrating. And I think you'll also see what I was saying about BDW earlier about wanting to hide information. That if he gets like a second and third one in hand, he might sandbag them to force Beast Mode to take inefficient actions to maybe deny others that come up on the display.
That would be very clever, and it would fool me for sure. Um, we see the Kawadi coming out here, and Beast Mode broke 5 into a long build vulture back into the 4 size. Doesn't get him to the 8 CP reward just yet, but set up for 2 birds next round potentially. Maybe he's drawn into an Anthog National Park for the long build vulture, in which case, even BDW's got to be in a bit of trouble. Uh, that's a tough situation, I would have to imagine. We do have the Americas 2 project though coming out here, so 2 projects and 2 rounds. He does have those project income rewards coming in now with 2 size, and he's going to 2 size, I think, for the Horse Whisperer. It looks like over the marketing token on the map.
Yeah, as you said, the playing the Kawadi last turn gave him the sixth rep, but it looks like he is going to wait on it initially. I did expect to see that come down, but I don't know if he has a specific reason for wanting to wait on it or just the way he wants to develop his map. He likes the 2 size there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cheap one to market, and it lets him, you know, break for money. But I guess he's expecting here correctly that beast mode will cause the break, um, and so he might want to have a sponsor to actually play, with Science Museum being so far away from playability.
Yeah, it's interesting because since you have the split upgrade for the partner zoo and university, uh, it takes a little bit more to get Science Museum online. You really need to a little bit of help from other sponsor cards to get those science icons before you're able to really nail down the. You can't just go science to rep, science, and the species zoo too quickly. I'm sorry, species university.
Goes for the scavenging now. We do see the raccoon. Do you ever consider Waza special here? I mean, you've got the horse whisperer. Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay. I think it's a good Waza special game. I like this.
Yeah, I think it looks well. Now he drew a rhino, which he may want for. He looks like he can get species 5 relatively easily. I was about to say that with the horse whisperer and the other small animals in hand, it seems like Waza special could be something that comes down fairly early, and he also, because of the project last round, does have 2 size reward nice and early, so it's definitely something to consider. How do you think he uses or how would you use your association workers this round? What do you think the priority is? I'm not sure if
Oh,
some.
sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I forgot to push to talk there. I mean, I think you go for your final upgrade here by getting the partner zoo in the university. I think you go Australia. Yep, for the 2 as he does, because he has the 2 Australia animals,
Do you
and
want
then
do you want hand size here,
two.
or do you want science icons? I think with what you have going on in your hand, I'm almost ditching Science Museum at this point and picking up hand size to kind of keep what I got.
When I forgot to unmute myself, I was thinking 2 science, but I agree with your logic here. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff in your hand that you want to hold on to, and it's not going to be a lot of it's not going to be playable anytime soon. Um, I mean, a bunch of these small animals, the horse whisperer, the rhino. I mean, you kind of want to sequence. Oh, it looks like he's actually ditching. He'll be ditching the rhino. He is ditching
Yeah.
the rhino. We are going small animals right now.
Yeah, I was thinking it's not unreasonable to build for and play the Rhino and then go small animals after that, but it looks like he just wants to get that engine going now. He picked up a really good. I think the Barn Owl is great. It's um, project what relevant if he finds more. Even though, as you said, I think Beast Mode will be taking birds too, but it's also releasable. It could find him additional small animals. It'll be really interesting to see how quickly his lead he could build up a lead from here.
Yeah, he switched pretty quickly between beast mode screen there, but it looked like beast mode built an aviary. So we might actually be seeing a few more birds in a push for birds 4 out of beast mode, which means the barn owl could enable the release, but also maybe a birds 2 project. There's also an argument. I mean, he's going to want more conservation points at some point, but he's got the 2 most important income rewards already, so he's not super desperate to do more projects.
Yeah, and he was able to get all those cards, the cards out of his hand, so that missing out on using his other worker for uh, for another university didn't really bite him, since he was able to just discard the Rhino to basically just lose an X token. So he navigated that nicely before the break. I assume he is looking at the monkey here with his card draw. Usually I'm really excited about diversity researcher, but I don't know if how necessary it is here for him. No, he does want it. That makes sense for him. It's just an overall good card. He if he definitely just showed interest in the hippo. So I don't know if his plan is to get his next upgrade association, and try to get the Africa Partner Zoo to get the hippo played, since it works well with someone who loves their sponsors. But him picking up the diversity researcher would give him an additional uh, it would give him an additional science tag. He has yep, that would be his fourth. He did go with cards though here, so he's probably not looking at that hippo quite yet. So I was thinking the hippo with the water tag does give him a second combination of rock and water for the end game for diversity. Not sure if you dropped off the call or had to step away. Looks like Pingus will be back soon, hopefully. Oh no, there you are.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to switch to doing this on my laptop, but I'm back to watching on the phone for the stream portion. Anyway, I I like the diversity pickup, and it obviously enables the science museum, so we'll be seeing that come out, and it's really coming together well for him, it seems.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's willing to give up on the monkey. He would not get the. Oh right, he has ignore animals. That's what he's looking for that hippo. I was thinking that he was going to be trying to get the Africa icon, but he does not need it. I was going to also say he's done a nice job of conserving his sponsor, his marketing spot, um, as well as his icon. What do you call it? The marketing token. So he still has the ability to play a few sponsors on demand.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing he also is only now playing the Horse Whisperer. I certainly would have rushed that out much sooner, but he waits now, I guess maybe because the horse is on the display.
The horse just appeared from him playing the pygmy from display. So that was not there a second ago. I think he was waiting as long as possible just to delay the like I guess when your opponent has a petting zoo, you want to delay, or I'm sorry, you want to deny petting zoo animals. But once they have the horse whisperer, it becomes like an absolute necessity. So maybe he was trying to put that off as long as possible.
Yeah, he does, and he does it at a time where, there's no real way for beast mode. Oh, never mind. He's got a
Yeah, I just played that taper.
tapir to just dig it away. I mean, really, probably would dig that away regardless with the petting zoo enclosure built, but uh, very well timed taper for beast mode. I mean, that was a very sought after animal here for
Yeah, and I think
BDW.
that was from display, right? So I think that was just there's nothing he could have done about it. It just appeared at the exact wrong time when the means for denying it was available, and it's a good animal for beast mode. It's project relevant, even though I don't think he'll be going for America 5, but also it would give him a release for the America's release to leech off of BDW's first project.
Yeah, a lot of really good things about it. I mean, just unfortunate timing for BDW with the appearance of the Horse Whisperer with the tapir on display there. But with that, Beast Mode is in a good position with a bit of a point lead here. We do have the diversity field researcher and presumably geologist also for, end game points down the line. I mean, it's a little bit early to be talking about them, but that'll put him in a good position. Or sort of undersells his point lead. I'm not sure if we have anything for. We don't really have anything for endgame sponsors over there for Beast Mode. Mr. Sponsor over
Yeah,
here,
I think
certainly living up to his name.
he currently still only has the expert in Australia. BDW is able to just flip to his board, so he's not dealing with any, not working with any end games at the moment. I'm interested to see for BDW's next cards action, how much he draws from the deck and what he picks up from display. Since there are three small animals right there, I'm interested to see if he values any of them highly enough to take, or more likely.
What do you like any of them? I mean, the clever on the fox is kind of nice, but and I guess you maybe want to deny the Australia animals a little bit from you know the expert in Australia, but realistically, if my opponent's playing a thorny devil, I'm kind of okay with it.
The
Oh, he's
extra
just gonna play it from rage.
Yeah,
Never mind.
the extra 2 points I think from Waza special just really when you have that that engine, that multiplier, uh, or the additive bonus, really like all of them become so much more playable. And like I said, he doesn't have to draw them up from range. I was actually originally thinking I would have liked Fox and Dingo, but I forgot the rock icon is going to help towards the extra diversity researcher end game, even though he does have a RAS in hand as well. But
Yeah, I think he just also couldn't afford it. I mean, the thorny devil is what 5 cheaper plus the
yeah, you're
extra
right.
couple of display points. I think he probably, all things considered, would rather play it, even for the diversity endgame upside. Just a affordability issue. And I spoke too soon. I thought beast mode was going to end the round with the point lead, and science museum into 2 small animals, and BDW is in a commanding position.
Yeah, and it looks like he might not have any intentions of ending it here, picking up the adventure playground. It's very possible that he plays that this turn instead of going into the next round. But I didn't even notice that beast mode had the extra shift to get another project. Let's see if he does release the taper here.
I will say, although yeah, with this golden eagle on display and the aviary down, I bet BDW wishes he had some digging available. that is a threatening eagle.
Yes, I completely agree. And it looks like I was actually thinking he might put this over the 5 money to be able to play another. Oh, he has. Yep. He has Geo for the extra money. I was thinking he was going to want the extra money to afford the quarantine lab, but he gets it from the Geo refund by putting it next to the rock, as well as getting it next to the kiosk for better income.
I mean, really, I don't know how I saw that line. I would never have even, thought to plan out playing both of those together.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually liked his line a little bit better by putting it next to the kiosk. So I'm interested why he must have some use for this extra 3 money. Maybe maybe he's interested in playing the side entrance in that same spot with the money he saved. If the round continues on.
I mean, maybe it kind of has some anti synergy, I guess, with the diversity field researcher. Oh, he's snapping the longbill vulture, or the great hornbill, excuse me. It's project relevant, and the boost build can be convenient, but interesting snap. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's yeah, I think that's interesting. He must he obviously is not he doesn't have any lines towards Asia 4 or 5. I think he just is going to value the build, even though yeah, you definitely don't need the build strength. He may looking at his enclosures, I think he obviously has the petting zoo So he has two small enclosures. Yeah, he has two enclosures in general um, for the two birds, and he's getting, and I guess he'll have the three size left over. So now here
Yeah,
I would be trying to secure that octopus, which he does. Okay, because you,
definitely. I That would have been a crazy time to draw from deck. I think you definitely want to fill that sea animal, that aquarium spot.
yeah, because you will run out of space in your regular small enclosures, and you don't want to be building two sizes with your build actions anymore. So as much as you could fit into your petting zoo and aquarium, you want to, which is why I was a little surprised for the hornbill snap, and which caused us to get rid of the free sized wrasse. But I guess it being just a 3 point animal makes it not so desirable,
Yeah,
especially compared to the
it's
hornbill.
interesting snap. I mean, I guess it's the hornbill is probably one of the best two size animals that you can get in terms of point value. Um, and here I like drawing up this excavation site. Obviously, with diversity field research, you can cover the X and the card draw. But I think more importantly, it's putting this predator breeding program in range, which looks like his next project.
Yeah, so
Unless he decides to go with Barn Owl release, which is also fine. But
I was thinking whether he would, whether the Barn Owl release would be next, um, or if you try to set that up with because he does have both the dingo and the coati for predator breeding. I think he'd prefer to do predator breeding if he could get it easily.
I guess you like getting a two size back with Waza to some extent. So maybe you do the Barn Owl release first. It's not like
Well,
you're
he does have he did put um, the lizard into the one size, so he will only be getting a one size back for it, and currently with
that's right.
nothing to replace it.
Good catch there. It's an oversight I've made a few times. Uh, Thinking I'm gonna get one size enclosure back, not realizing I've built a four size for a different animal, and I will not be getting a five size for releasing what I played into the four size animal I played into a five size. Can be punishing, unfortunately.
Yes, I've been there as well, all too frequently.
And we see him use this excavation site right away to draw this stuff up. I like it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. One thing I miss with the hornbill is he could be thinking ahead to the fact that he has the quarantine lab. He does not currently have the Asia icon, so that would give him the end game as well as with the foreign institute that he now picked up.
Very good catch there. And I mean, that makes it a 12, 8, 14 point animal. I mean, that's a that's a good deal. That's a good deal for $13, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. The Beast Mode does seem to be keeping up. He's just got his sixth Asia tag, which he's well beyond the five he needs. So he's got that 5 CP project coming up. We will be doing the. It looks like now. It looks like he's going to be doing the breeding program.
And, with elephant endgames, I mean, there's quite a bit of variability in what we could see Beast Mode have there, but it does help him keep pace with this, array of sponsors that we got out of BDW, with potentially another endgame sponsor and veterinarian coming up. Um,
Yeah, that does help. That does help normalize it because, as we said, he was definitely lacking on sponsor end games. And although BDW is most likely, I assume he's going to be playing this Hornbill just because it's so good. Hitting the quarantine lab excavation site, Geo, and depending on if he could find another water tag, he'll at least get 4 appeal from diversity researcher. But as you said, it'll be interesting to see if he could pick up this vet also.
interesting to see him puzzle so much over this low mountain range versus predator breeding decision. I mean, he's, I guess, worried about running out of projects and low mountain range getting swept away. Um, but maybe he's reasoning to your earlier point that only getting a one size back, doesn't really need this. It's also, I'm surprised he's not more readily discarding things like the Eurasian eagle owl. I don't know how you feel about this, but I imagine the flexibility of the X tokens is more useful than cards that you'll have to discard after the break anyway.
He was able to. He did discard one for that action and needed to use an X token still as an
Oh,
additional.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
But I think his action strength has been where he's needed it for the most part, so it just hasn't been as relevant.
I mean, I think BDW. Do we think can he think about ending this round? I don't think so. I don't think he's quite got the
I think he'd
money
be.
and enclosures,
I
but
think he'd be able to because he technically has an enclosure for the donkey would be 8, the hornbill is 8, and the lizard 7, and he has a
yeah.
so that's 23, gets him to 95. He is
Foreign Institute
Foreign Institute
doesn't.
gives him the 14th rep.
Well, it gives him 6 because it's also the Science Museum, so he does have end in hand.
Yes.
And he can just do it in 2 actions, 2 animals actions and a marketing token, and he's crossed. I think beast mode is looking to break next move, and then he will be able to play his. Oh, he does not break. I think
he may be. I don't know if he may be looking to play his project before they get out of the round. Not sure if he basically needs to hope that BDW can't end this round. I don't know if he gets much from causing the break and kind of wasting that turn.
I was thinking he wants to play the Galapagos giant tortoise that he drew up from the display.
Okay, I missed that. So yeah, they may be.
That's what that 3 size is for. I think that will not be happening this game though. Maybe he's got.
Did he get the eagle? I missed. See, there's so much I missed when
he did get the eagle also.
Okay.
So he's got the eagle and he's got the Galapagos giant tortoise. I believe. I assume those are his 2 cards in hand. I think of things to discard. Those would not be one of them. And it looks like he used an extra X token to be able to afford both.
Yeah, he must have added that up because it's the golden eagle, right?
It's the golden eagle, and I guess it'll be 27 and 20, so 47.
And 20, yeah.
And then I don't know. I guess I don't know why he would want. He's got 35 income. Does this? I mean, he's gonna have 52 money.
No, he has the. He has.
Oh, he's 47 exactly.
Yeah, it's 47
okay.
exactly. I didn't see if he has partner zoos. He may have the discount.
He's got just Americas
on the America's animal. So, but he has no. Well, he has the card that he just picked up to sunbathe if he needed to. But it looks like he's gonna have a strong turn coming up.
Yeah.
With
I mean, yeah, double determination, and I mean. I don't know that he has something to do with the second determination.
The second one, yeah.
I imagine he has nothing to do. But we'll see.
So the question here is, knowing that he, even with second determination, he basically has one big turn in him, do you try to get to just under 100, or do you end right here? No, it looks like he is ending.
I think you can go for the end. I mean, you have this wall of end games. I think you don't want to give him a chance to draw into something else to do with his extra actions.
Yeah, and I think I can't see that being enough with your end games, even with two good end games from beast mode. What are they? What end games is he going to have that will get him anywhere close?
Yeah, I mean, favorite 2 is 3. If he's got that, I don't know if we actually saw BDW's end games.
I'm pretty sure he has accessible. There it is. Yeah.
Well, accessible's pretty darn good here. I'm not sure exactly what it's at now, but with Science Museum in play, it can't be too bad.
He's showing it. He has exactly 12.
Oh.
And so Science Museum, and then the 2 animals he just played gave him 4 additional tags. So as well as being 8 points on their own. They added they added another 2 CP for him on the end
Yeah,
game.
a couple of very nice animals there. I will say, I mean, I think he the scavenging of was a special, you know, saw the line there, but I'm not sure if he doesn't draw into Waz a special if he's going to be in such a good position. I guess he had the Rhino, so he had other directions he could have gone.
That's true.
Um,
But
but
he
the Waza definitely paid off. I mean, this was I don't know how much I don't know how many small animals he had prior, but it's probably by itself, you know, 12 to 14 appeal.
from the I think he only had 2 animals down when he played it. I think from the Wombat on, I think Wombat was played with the or maybe it was the hippo. I forget, but he got a lot of appeal out of it, and he managed his enclosures very well. Where at no point was he looking to play 2 animals, but he only had one enclosure, and he was forced to do an inefficient build action. He handled it. He handled it very well.
No, yeah, the enclosure situation was always good. Also, the other thing you risk running out of is small animals to play, and that was never at risk. Especially, I think the barn owl was a big help with some card draw, although it didn't actually draw into small animals, but he always stayed on top of that. And also, I mean, these end games at the same time coming across. I mean, he's got excavation, geo. I guess we're looking at beast mode with just expert on Americas showing, and
Yeah, he
then
was. Yeah, I think it ended too quick because he got that tech down when Vet was still around. So if he was able to get the Vet, get tech down, and get his third university on Silver Lake, it would have been could have been a 12 point or 4 CP action. Looks like he will
I
get
think
the third though.
that is something for him to do with his extra action, I guess.
Oh, a lot closer than I was expecting. So okay, research and large animal. I wasn't considering the all
Wow.
the all the large birds.
Maxed out large animal and research for 3. That is those are very good pools considering his overall setup.
Yeah,
But
being able to get the double science university at the end there gave him a lot of points to close the gap. But as BDW said in the chat, it was just a little bit too much.
yeah, no, he was even double 4 CPN games would not have been enough. Really,
They're gonna play again.
really clinical showing there from BDW. And
Smash out of 5.
do we have a turn count visible on this or no?
No, it
I mean,
looks
it
like
seemed like a pretty
it
fast
looks like
game.
on BDW's main account he does not have premium. He'll have to join Slayer's monthly tournaments to see if maybe he can earn a month of premium, and then maybe he'll get a little bit more information for himself.
I didn't realize that he didn't pay for premium. That's I'm surprised.
I think it's because he was inactive on this account for so long, and right now he's not very active on it either. He just uses it to play his Emu Cup games. So I guess he just hasn't found it to be necessary.
Yeah. And I think good calls by Melissa Coates and Bellmaker in the chat about what BDW was aiming to do in terms of breaking or finishing before the last break, and then this kind of double determination action potentially giving Beast a route back in. I mean, a really impressive end from Beast Mode. It's really tough that it's not enough. It's I mean, it's last turn there he goes from 62 to 131. Pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty darn good.
And like you said with chat picking up that I missed the I wasn't positive that he picked up Eagle. I missed the Galapagos. It's the live games. It's so hard to register everything that's going on with your board and your opponents. It's a lot for me to still learn to keep track of.
Yeah. All right. 41 or 31 turns total. I went and checked on my premium account. One thing I could have over BDW in the Ark Nova community is having a premium account. Nothing in terms of actual skill in the game, but
You have to pay for it.
for premium account, I've got that
You have to
advantage.
pay for it, so it's hidden. Absolutely, I'll take that as well. Do you know if we? Let me check if Beast Mode is sharing as well. Because if he is, we can switch to his perspective. But I think it was only
Yeah,
BDW.
let's. No, I think it looks like Beast Mode's in the channel and is live. So I think he's sharing as well.
Oh, okay. And that was BDW was first. We didn't mess it up, right? BDW was first that game.
Yes, he was first player of that game.
Okay, so second game we could switch over to Beast Mode since he is sharing also, and
Yep, and
keep
we're
track of
just
the first
waiting
player.
for BDW to have a little ramen break. So it might be a couple minutes before game two. But we will be right back. I'm gonna just take a moment, grab some water, but I'll be listening in if something comes up.
Yeah, I think you got a few minutes, but I'll uh, I'll hold it down here. So again, this is a best of five, I believe, in this bracket. So I don't have a way of showing. I just downloaded OBS today, and Panda had to walk me through things. So I have no idea how to show a current score. It is currently 1-0 BDW. Per the rules of the Emu Cup, they now, since they picked asymmetric maps for game one, that they will need to switch. So now BDW will be on Silver Lake, Beast Mode will be on T1, and so we will have the T1 view again. Looks like he's got the combo of X Token Association and trading sponsors. I love X Token Association. I like the combo. I am not a huge fan of trading sponsor, or is this one called trading sponsors? But X Token sponsor, whatever it's called.
Yeah, trading sponsors.
I'm not a
It's
huge
it's a
fan
good
of it.
combo,
Yeah,
but same. I'm with you. You know, I think when I first played with it, I thought trading X tokens for rep was super overpowered. Um, the more I've played, the more I've thought I kind of want to keep some of these X tokens around. Actually, I don't really want to be trading these away.
I hate making decisions. I don't like having to make the wrong decision of whether I need the rep, the X token, or the 5 money. Looking at his keeps, expert on Europe's interesting for the tag. It's tough to not keep guided school tours when you have it in your opening hand. But I do like the fur seal and predator breeding program option for the start.
That looks really nice. Also, I think ideas of round two first seal are just always excellent. You know,
It it
it's
does
just a
so.
very powerful card. Getting that advantage, especially on this map, as we talked about, having an additional worker, it's gonna be great. And I think he can maybe go without two CP worker with the full throated.
Yeah, absolutely. And if First Seal gives you the option with the breeding program where even though you need the upgrade in round two to play the First Seal, he gives you the worker back to then be able to support the project so you're not having to wait until round three like you might otherwise, given that he has the Animals 2 requirement.
Yeah, so we got some really nice ideas here. We also have the sun bear in the display, which is always a bit of a priority. Um, probably not. I don't know. Do you think this is ever snappable, or I mean, I just don't really see either one of the players really going Asia Partner Zoo with it being
Yeah,
not so
exactly.
relevant, at least and not anytime soon. But
I think I agree with you that it's good. It matches one project, but having to start Asia Partner Zoo or get Asia Partner Zoo early, unless one of them had a reason to, like, it's obviously a great card to store um, for the future, but you're gonna have to hang on to it for a little while before we finally go. I'm interested in your thoughts on the keep. So he did end up going Europe Partner Zoo, Chinese Water Dragon. So he's looking for the cheap additional tags, but I was
yeah,
thinking,
he's going to be discarding one of them in a moment because he's about to break seven. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you think beast mode's gonna go right into the next round?
I, that's kind of what I would do here. I mean, I don't really see. There doesn't really seem to be a. I think you just kind of want to play this first seal and do your project. Maybe he'll break 5 and then. Oh no, he's going to play expert on Europe.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
expert
fact
on.
that he kept them. So I guess like the line is, so this gives you the one size for the water dragon. So you have something to play. You have something to play this round. Your association's still at 1, so it's not quite ready for the next round. Even though you basically only need to get it, or I guess you have to get it up to 4 because you need to get a university to get the upgrade to play the first seal, and then get it boosted back up. I was originally thinking that maybe the plan is to go. Obviously, for the breeding program, you need Australia Partner Zoo, and then on any other map that's not split, you could get a partner zoo of either America or Africa to get the upgrade, and then do your project while still working towards 5 habitats. But here you do need to go the university in round 2. So I don't know how quickly he will be able to get to the the 5 habitats that he's looking at.
Yeah, I also just kind of think, you know, like you're going to get out of round 1 and you're going to have played. We're playing. Why are we playing the
So
porcupine?
it's just, I guess, free in a sense where he's going to get the enclosure for
Oh
the
yeah.
other, but we're going to be running a little bit low on money after this. Well, or I guess we will still have enough to play the first seal in round 2, assuming we break. I think we're initially. Oh no, no, we won't be 1 money short because we'll get the extra money from the appeal.
Do you think? I mean, you can tell I don't play with expert on Europe a lot because I didn't even think about doing this. But I mean, do you think it's worth doing a cards action here first? Is he just worried about getting broken?
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think you want to get.
and
I think if you do a cards action with hand size on BDW, he's and money sponsors, it's just like an easy break 5, and you have to discard. You have to discard like
yeah,
4 or 5 cards.
it's just I guess end result of this. I guess we're going into round 2 with 7 appeal. It's not too bad, but you didn't get the sunbathing off of the water dragon, and
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate.
it's just we're playing a lot of not so great animals and cards, which is kind of why I like to just break 7, go into next round, and start doing your first seal stuff, get your project going. But maybe that's a little too ambitious, and obviously you have to use your X tokens um, to do that. You get 1 back for causing the break, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
this
do kind
he
of
does
think,
still have, like I was saying, he does still end up with enough money for the first seal, but I guess you're gonna be it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to. I guess he's gonna have time in the round just based on what we see going on here. I was thinking animals needs to get back up to 5 if you want to get the rep when you play the first seal. Um, but he does still have enough to do what he wants in the next round. But I do see what you're saying with the break 7, but it does ruin his plans that he had when he kept the opening hand, which is the cheap habitat tags.
it's like I think you can find other cheap habitat tags, and you know, like let's say he breaks and then does a cards action later. He probably would have drawn into this like a Gamma or something. I mean, I don't know. I see going for Habitats 5. It's just like when you go for this and there's no real great reward on 5 CP, it does kind of seem like you're spending a lot of time doing otherwise bad actions um, to win this race. And
That's a good point. I didn't
like,
appreciate what the rewards were at 5. It's not it's a little bit underwhelming.
I mean, I guess 2 rep on 8 is maybe kind of desirable, but yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he ends up. taking when he gets there. We'll see how this ends up pairing.
Okay, 1 second. I'm checking a message from Panda.
Let's also see maybe what BDW's got. Yeah. I'm going to look at his side just to see what's going on his board for a bit.
I heard there was an audible push-to-talk thing, so I'm going to try disabling push-to-talk for a moment.
Okay.
Okay, it's just a normal thing. No, it doesn't let me. It says I'm gonna be mute. I won't be able to talk if I turn off push to talk. So let me get back into the game.
Yeah, I do think that was a channel requirement, unfortunately. Also, we're sorry to those who, like Mouses, who are a little bit frustrated about the animation speed that Beast Mode's on. I myself prefer very fast. I think instant is a little psychotic. I think Panda likes instant. But that just makes me lose track of what's going on. Normal mode, it's a little painfully slow, but we do have to give Beast Mode. Beast Mode's going to be on the stream for every game for which he's first player. So we'll have to have some games with a slower animation perspective.
Well, if BDW has anything to say about it, there will only be one game in which we are from Beast Mode's perspective, but we'll have to see if he can convert that.
We'll see how this one shakes out. I mean, I do really think Beast Mode has a nice start here, even though I was, critical of the decision not to just kind of get out of round one and get into playing the first seal. He's also, this is a lot of one sizes thanks to Expert on Europe. This might be the most Expert on Europe value I've seen in a long time. We'll see if it ends up mattering. But he's got a bit of a lead here, and he's got a second worker to use, and I think it's possible that it could get broken away before the project is done, depending on how BDW and Beast Mode use their next couple of actions. But
yeah, as long as he doesn't do cards here, BDW is one X token shy of being able to just get to the next round on this turn.
Yeah.
But I'm interested what you think of the stun bear snap that he did have in round one, because like you said, he would have drawn into the Agama, which is another cheap like Africa tab, which would allow you with two workers next round to take America's Partner Zoo, which you would want anyway because it's a base project, as well as being your fifth tag. But I guess he picked up the Rhino to fill that slot. It looks like, but
yeah,
that's a little bit more expensive.
Definitely going to be expensive to get the Rhino, but I guess since the America's tag is just coming from the association action, it should be okay. This does let him break away the worker. I think I would have X-Backed built and then
I was thinking the same thing.
Done the project for a reward and then maybe snapped up the Rhino. He's prioritizing these strong cards, which I think is reasonable, but maybe not considering, I guess, how to use his workers the best, which is one of his big advantages. And like you just said, this Rhino is gonna be hard pressed for him to get it down this round.
Yeah, so now he's the one who more wants to rush through this round with the money discrepancy when he has two workers and BDW has one, but he's he's not going to be able to do anything. He doesn't have an enclosure, any two-size enclosures for his taper. Doesn't have the sun bear, or I guess the two-size enclosure could come from the project. But I liked just doing either X back build, something like that, to do the project last round. He could have taken the card draw to pick up the Agama to at least get the cheap tag now and save the Rhino for later. Um,
Yeah.
but
No,
yeah,
that line seems pretty strong to me, and you know, I, I guess habitats is out there, but species isn't, so that'll be a good rhino project later. But it just makes this round really awkward, right? And he's gonna maybe go for the Predators 2 block here, which I actually don't hate. Um, you know, it does look like BDW is not super concerned about it, considering he didn't really rush to, you know, he didn't rush to do Predators 2 this round, and he started with the Sloth Bear, it seems like, and then got Predator University. And I missed what he drew into, but he's got at least one other Predator already waiting there, so he might be happy to go for Predators 4, which does seem to be what Beast Mode thinks. And he gets the 2 size here for the taper, which I think is okay. I do like the card draw.
I think at this point, like I said last round, I would have liked the card draw. Now that he's got the two sizes and he built the 4 size for the Rhino, um, now I think it's a little bit more important that he probably get the 2 size down. But his rep is getting up there, so the the card draw reward is has definitely gained in priority, and maybe that'll help him spend since he is going for it, spend his second worker this round before breaking and getting out of the round.
Yeah, also thanks to Mouses in chat who pointed out that BDW has snapped up this Anthong National Park for bear, which would make drawing up the Duke pretty appealing, because then any play of the Anthong National Park provides a really nice leech. But we'll see.
Yeah, he's definitely accumulating a plethora of strong cards here. We talked about it last game with BDW, where I thought he might go hand size to preserve it. I'm wondering if we see that from Beast Mode before he gets out of this round to hold on to the Rhino, Eagle, Explorer, Sun Bear. Or I guess Explorer's coming down this turn.
And does it give him? It'll give him 10 money, which is just not quite enough for the rhinoceros. But he will be able to go and play the eagle. And we do now have, I believe that was the Duke release.
That was the Duke release, yes.
Yeah, so I mean, it would have been good, I think, to use the draw to draw that up. The eagle obviously very valuable, but we've got a pretty heavy hand, a lot of like pretty clunky stuff. I mean, I think hand size here. I mean, I guess we'll get out of this round without needing it. I mean, if you get broken here, you might have to discard.
Yeah, I
No.
think BDW typically is okay staying in rounds as long as he has sponsors to play. So we did just see Hydrologist, which will help out money sponsors anytime he gets a sponsor that adds, has an enclosure that he could add to the board.
Next to water, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice, especially with the. I don't know if Sea Turtle Tank is especially playable there. Although I will say hydrologist with money sponsors a little redundant on Silver Lake. There's only like a couple of spots that are next to water that don't have money on the map. So,
Oh, he did.
Beltmaker asked
Oh,
whether or not Rhino is kind of bait. I do think that we agree that it is kind of bait, but we'll see. Could very well pay off.
He's still, yeah. It looks like he will. As of right now, he will next round have the money to play it and do Habitats 5. Obviously, BDW is not I talked earlier about getting the Agama cheap tag. BDW's made it clear that he's not really racing for habitats, which I think is perfectly fine. When you have habitats open at 5 and 4, you'd like to have the 5 CP, but getting 3 as a constellation is not as it's not as bad as um, the 5 and 3 for 5 and 2 reward.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And I also think, I mean, he's got other projects to do. Um, so it's just not, he doesn't need to go for Habitats 5 in any meaningful sense. And, I think it's important when you see habitats or species, obviously it can be tempting to race for them, but recognizing when your opponent is likely to win that race is really critical. And the sooner you give up, the better. Because if you extend yourself trying to win that race, you play cards that are not, you know, really providing you much besides a tag,
Hmm.
and then you lose. You might end up in a pretty unwinnable position. So I like that he, I think, recognized where he was at. We're going to see the immediate Rhino
Yeah,
into
he
habitats,
wants
presumably.
he wants that habitat. It's interesting that I wonder if BDW picked up the Herbie release as a block for the Rhino, or if he's gonna have something. He's already had the large Asia release. I wonder if he has use for it as well.
Certainly makes sense as a block for the Rhino. That moose on display also another problem, potentially. Um, that'll be pretty nice to just put in with that 4 size. We'll see if he's able to actually draw that up or if that gets blocked by BDW in one way or another. Uh,
BDW did have the
does leave him.
cheetah for that. You speculated before that he might have ideas for Predators 4, and it looks like you're right.
That will get him Predators 4. He will lose the race to HCP. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what either of them prioritizes more. I think
I think they're both
BDW.
okay with. I think they each want maybe something different. I think Beast Mode may prefer the money, and BDW will give the 2 reps going to give him his second worker, which
Yeah,
would
I think
be
that
good
is
news for
right.
him.
I think they oddly enough are in alignment in in allowing the other to get
Although I could see
the other reward.
BDW setting up something where if he were to get the to 8 CP with a sponsors action to set it up such that he could trigger his money sponsors going over if the 10 money was still there. But one thing I just thought of, I realize now too, is we really have not gotten much use out of the second worker because the round that we got the second worker, our cards action led to us not being able to do the project. And then last round we did the project, but then got our association back up to 5, and but waited until this round to use it again. So we've really only done, even though we've had the worker advantage, we've done the same amount of association actions as BDW thus far.
Yeah, not gotten much use out of it, unfortunately. I really think that decision not to X-Back build there um, was a big part of that. Obviously, keeping build up high, let him build the 4 size for the Rhino and got him to Habitats 5. But as we talked about, there were other lines to get there. Um, and, despite playing on T1 here, uh, it BDW has sort of been in control of the break with how many X tokens he has.
Hmm.
Uh, we'll see if Beast Mode can kind of change that and make use of discarding some of these cards. International Zoo has some synergy there with his original habitats diversity plan here. Uh, I imagine Europe's probably safe. We'll see though. Maybe BDW. Maybe he got the herbivore release so that he could play European bison. What do we think?
That's possible, but I'm interested to see. So the even with the Predators 4, and he's pulled ahead on CPs. BDW still is behind on appeal significantly enough that Beast Mode has a I guess a nine point lead right now with a lot of strong cards in hand with the eagle, sun bear, and a species project, which with the eagle and the
Even the
sun bear is will be playable without a problem.
Expert Expert on America is also, shouldn't be discounted here. I mean, it is a base project. We do have the Capuchin in hand, which is might come down next round, maybe this round if we
No,
have ideas about getting a partner zoo.
that's an excellent point. Yeah, I think we have time. I don't think we need to be rushing anything. We still have workers. BDW has workers. Yeah, he has. He could trigger money sponsors, so you don't want to stay in the round too long. But I think we have enough to do where we definitely pick up America's
Xing back,
here. Oh wait, we
I
need
guess
America's and Asia. That's it.
I'm perplexed by the clevering. Well, so we don't need Asia. We might take Asia now because we could just do Americas too, and maybe that's what he has in mind. But we could use the ignore token to play the Sun
Oh,
Bear
we do have the
if we
ignore
really
token.
wanted to.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So the 5 CP reward maybe ends up panning out
Yeah, I think you're
in that
right
sense.
because that would be a big dilemma, I would say, just because I think I want Americas here because you're one tag away from another 5 CP project, and it looks like maybe he's greeting out this X token, which there's no threat of the break. I think he wants to get full value out of the association action. I think he picks up America with this move instead of the last one.
Yeah. No, that makes sense to me getting the X token. Um, I'm not sure I really like, I get wanting to build the 5 size for the Eagle. Uh, you don't need it for species 5. You do get that with the Sun Bear and the Monkey. And I think drawing up some cards to use as X tokens would have been kind of nice. Although, okay, he's actually,
Yeah, I missed
hand
this
size.
too. Yeah, because I just realized that while I wanted to take America, you can't play the Capuchin yet. And you have the Sun Bear, Eagle, and Project. So you take America, and BDW breaks out of the round, and you're stuck most likely having to discard the Monkey. But in true BDW fashion, he's got 10 cards out of 5 and a sponsor to play, so he's got no problem sticking around.
Yeah, hanging out with 10 cards there it's intimidating.
Yeah.
I
I don't know
I'm
about the moose pickup because I would just want an extra card where if we do stay in this round, I probably want to use a card as a next token to get the Americas like we were discussing. And
yeah.
we do not have a lot of money. We're pretty poor. Our income's 21. We only have 6. I think it's going to
Yeah, I
be.
mean, I guess cards to get X token cards to get cards to discard
Yeah,
to
yeah.
then break in the next move seems like the right way to go here, but
It's
I
it's
don't know.
it's tough doing a cards 3 action just to get cards to advance your use an X token, advance the break. But maybe drawing 2 cards, using one to get Americas, using the next as an X token to break 5, get out of the round, get extra money. And then I guess you're starting next round with the Capuchin, and maybe you can actually, if you get out of the round, go Capuchin, Red Panda, and have another quick round after that. Try to cycle through, get more income, get more money.
That's a nice idea. And also, I mean, I think he does really want to, with the Red Panda being there, he does want to be the one to cause the break.
And actually, this is another thing we talked about missing before.
Just X is back. X is back. What is he? Okay.
There's no
I guess he wants
interesting. He actually also
item
doesn't
there.
have the second science for. I missed it. He doesn't have the second science for red pandas, and you don't want to be using your ignore token on that without realizing
Oh
it,
yeah.
and then not having
This
it
is
for the
what
sun
we
bear.
talked about before the stream.
Exactly. I just wanted to give a live look at what that looks like. But that was a really
There we
interesting.
go.
That was a really interesting break 4 because I guess he's not looking at I think that yeah, Capuchin has officially become like an X token, not looking to get the partners due before we got out of the round, not looking for America's 5. It'll be interesting to see what BDW does here at the break.
Yeah, maybe he still picks it up. I don't think he's going to be getting expert on America's Endgame anytime soon. Um, and there's no more Americas on the display, so maybe it is time to give up on the America's 5 dream. Because we have a path to 4, but no real clear path to 5, and a bunch of other stuff we want to play.
I'm interested in what BTW's done a couple projects, right? Did he snap something that I missed, or does he not have snapping?
He must not have snapping. Because otherwise,
Yeah,
there's no way it
I assumed he
stays on the
did, and
display.
he would have liked the red panda. But either way, it's essentially a deny for us now. Oh, so he is taking America. I'm a little confused about the break last round rather than saving one of our workers here, rather than just, as I said, using the moose. Maybe we will get use out of the moose because now we are at 51 money. I originally thought we were going to be coming into this round much poorer, and I am a fan of moose. He is a little expensive, but the the effect of getting the multiplier on sponsors without having needing the second science tag, which we don't have, is pretty good.
Yeah, and with how much money we have right now, it's definitely doable. We upgrade build here. Maybe thinking about expert on America's Endgame after all. I don't know how I feel about that. Like we're not super far from map film. We're not super close either. And we're spending a lot of money here on I guess BDW's taken away the cheap donations already, so
That's true. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm not sure if there was like a either one. I think is going to be a little subpar. I don't think you're getting great value out of either. I probably still would have leaned towards um, association here, just because, as you said, map fill seems like it's not happening. Maybe the idea is to try to cheese out the expert in Americas uh, with maybe one more build action. I'm not sure, but it also looks like
that's
BDW set up for Habitats 4, and we'll have to find out if he has any other projects in his back pocket because he's got he's got 3 cards in hand. We know he picked up the herbivore release. I don't know if he's had a chance to ditch that in favor of something else, but that could just be a dead card in his hand. Actually, no,
and
he had
now
10 cards before. He had plenty. Yeah, he had a discard.
yeah. This is gonna be quite awkward though for beast mode. Because I mean I imagine we wanted to do well, I guess are we doing any projects this round? We
Oh,
didn't
wow!
we didn't set up our species 5.
This is a really cool line from BDW uh, by playing expert in Africa during with the token with the marketing token during his association action and picking up the Africa Partner Zoo. He's able to use association and immediately clever 2 things back. So uh, now he's set up to break 9, get right back out of the round, and be ready to use his association action first move of next round too.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I mean, if he, breaking away the ×2 here, I like not more eagles out of BDW. Uh, and then I'm not really sure, since we already have the 5 size, whether building the aviary is really that purposeful. Obviously, it's helping us move towards map fill, but it's not like we have another 5 size to play.
I maybe it's speculative in some sense, but we have the eagle, we have the sun bear that we want to play in one animal's action. Um, Yeah,
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
we need to start playing these animals that we picked
Yeah,
up and
because
doing these projects.
we're running out of time. I think with BDW is obviously accelerating the game a little bit. He is only down to two cards in hand, so it's very
It's true,
possible that
but
he doesn't have a whole lot behind this, but he still has Habitats for. He has plenty of money to be donating, so that's another 12 points. He's near 80, so he only needs a few animals and another few association actions if he I don't know if he's gotten the 2 CP from his third university.
yeah, and I mean, you got to be concerned here also. I mean, the Preds, he's got 7 tags already. I mean, he played the Dingo for a huge amount of appeal. If he's got another pack animal, he's going to have
Oh
some
yeah,
very efficient,
I
you
saw
know,
a four size
actions there.
open. He's got the expert in Africa. It would be right on brand, with the game he's got going on right now to be. Oh, he's got a sea lion. I was thinking of the lion. Yep, he does have the lion to just end it right in one with the extra turn from the project. So incredibly well played by BDW to set that up from the end of last round with the expert in Africa into the break 9 right into ending the game. And again, Beast Mode is the. I guess BDW felt ending the game when Beast Mode had 62 points was a little too close, so he decided to try ending it when he had 52. And he still has a few extra actions, but doesn't look like he's gonna have much to do with it again. And the aviary does get used, but again was not very necessary here. He will be able to expert on Europe to market the expert on Asia for an additional 4 points. Um,
That marketing is pretty cute. I
yeah,
think I feel like this game had a lot of potential for beast mode. I think maybe a little bit too much prioritization of kind of powerful animals when he already had a lot.
that's
You
possible.
know,
Yeah,
and then I think also
but the
it.
BDW getting that Predator engine
uh,
of packs just like one
Is
after the other is
It's
pretty
pretty
crazy.
absurd. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, he does have it. I completely forgot about, even though it's in his hand. I forgot about his species diversity project. Um,
Yeah, and then I guess maybe he ends here with map fill as in if he takes 12 money, he can.
yeah, he does have he has the action strength and the money. So
Uh, he cannot get
it doesn't
expert on America's endgame in the
he
end
put
though.
that one size in the top right that needed to be his last. Um, oh no, he still needs two more. Never mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
he has no chance to. Oh
well, he might just take worker.
he already has enough to.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
he has enough money. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
I mean, it's a powerful end, but
so
it's
Tony
I don't.
mentioned there's no way map fill is happening. I think it did happen, but I don't think map fill was necessarily was
The
super
line.
super winning. Yeah, just because there was no need for the extra enclosures. But again, I don't think anything he did with association was going to help. So he did get more value out of it than he would have with association. So I think
Yeah,
it
that's
may have
true.
been the right choice. It's just in a very tough spot.
Yeah, I think I mean the aviary was not necessary. There's just a few actions where
Yeah, maybe the money could have
I
been
think,
spent on more animals. Right.
yeah, and maybe you go. I think you give up on the America's Dream. I don't know. Maybe you need it to cross, but
Yeah, it
it didn't
just
really seem like it was happening.
yeah, it did. It took us a while to get around to getting the partner zoo. Um,
In Beast Mode's defense, he was just playing 9-pack lions. I
Yeah,
don't. That's a
eight
little
pack
absurd if I'm totally honest.
8-pack first seal into 9-pack lion, which were played as an extra turn after a 3CP project with donation, I think. So yeah, I think that was just an incredible end from BDW. I think if we were
Yeah,
watching it from his perspective, we would just been um, vomiting the whole time from seeing what he was building over there. But since we didn't see it, it's hard to know exactly how it got built up and everything. And that's part of. Did we see any of those? Did we see any of those animals on display? That's what I was talking about earlier, where he'll form his hand in secret, drawing from deck, and then you just don't know what to expect.
yeah, it just comes out of nowhere and blasts you. I mean, that's ridiculous. I
And that was from his perspective. We did see that was I think 27 turns. We will
Yep.
switch over back to BDW for this game. So we
Looks like BDW needs a minute for ramen stirring, so might stick with us again.
yeah. I wonder how thick his ramen is that he's been stirring it, or he's been cooking it for an hour. I think it should be done by now. But we are going to be going into Game 3, and again, a reminder going into Game 3. Now that they've swapped maps, it goes back to their choice of what they would like to pick. I missed the initial round of bans, so I'm not positive what is still available. As we all know, 9 and 10 are off limits due to the
You hear me okay, by the way?
yes, yeah. Did you switch to your laptop or? I know you said
Oh
you
yeah, I
did.
switched my laptop. Does this
Okay.
come through?
Yeah, yeah. You still sound fine to me, but we
Awesome.
could let the chat tell us if there's any difference on their end. But you sound the same to me, so you should be good. We'll see if they reiterate what maps are still available. I expect BDW to, if Hollywood Hills is available, to do something along those lines. Since he started with T1, I think he uh, likes making otherwise uncomfortable picks. So just maybe like what he did with Sam in Game 5 of last Emu series.
Do other people tend to find Hollywood Hills uncomfortable in terms of like when they have to play on it?
I don't think. I think most people don't enjoy it. Um, so I hate Commercial Harbor just because I hate that it feels like it alters my normal play style, and I could see Hollywood Hills feeling like that. Oh, here we go. So,
Yeah, I kind of love how it alters the play style though.
mm,
I've got bad cards, I'll just sell them. Great. I mean, that's awesome.
no, I hate that map. I prefer Hollywood Hills to that. So we have 2, 3, 7, 11, 12. Oh, are we gonna see it? He is hovering over
Looks like
confirm.
we are. Great call by you.
It's just
Oh, and money
money.
sponsors? This is unfair, man.
And he loves X Token Association as well. So this is he's in his comfort zone.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 money sponsors here. You ever keep the elephant with Africa as a base project? Is that insane?
With his hand, I'd say definitely. In general, I may keep him at a higher definitely at a higher frequency with 5 Africa Open. Um, you have the expert in herbivores. You should have a decent income with or like a status of your money with money sponsors. I like this. I like this keep. Um,
The quad keep. I think that's I would have maybe gravitated towards
the monkey.
the yeah, but I think, bear tag very good as we see in the display.
Yeah, herbivore bear tag. He's just anticipating this. Um, you expecting him to pick up the zoo school in turn one. I assume a common line on Hollywood Hills with the two rep on the ground is to try to try to navigate to them along with Science 2 rep. It delays you on the H's a little bit, but obviously you get an early upgrade. So it'd be interesting to see if he picks up the Zoo School and maybe goes towards the top rep.
I think it makes a lot of sense too. It's very uncomfortable with these conservation projects also, right? Because
Hmm.
you at some point want to be getting partner zoos, presumably, uh, especially with the elephant. But I think it's too good to pass up uh, getting this round one upgrade.
Hmm.
Because you have to start with the card draw, it's a little bit awkward to get over to this rep on the ground, but you can do it.
Hmm.
And it looks like he will be able to. Although now he has another route, uh, which I might be interested in pivoting to if I were him. But we'll see if he does with the Tarsier.
Oh yeah, very interesting. There's a lot going on with these cards. So the Bard Owl Hut feels to me as the odd man out at the moment, because Expert in Europe is uh, project relevant. Yeah, he is. So he's going going with the Tarsier line, which
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, it lets you do the round two Asia project, which is really nice. Beast mode.
takes
I
me
don't
to the
know
round.
what he's got Africa wise, but he's not really. Unless he's got some sort of breeding program, he's not going to be super well set up for a round two project, most likely.
It
Putting
would have
down a
been
victory column,
interest.
which is
It would have been interesting to see him do cards first and threaten the hippo line, because you would have put a little bit of pressure on BDW to not use cards, which he may not anyway, because he already has six cards in hand. But he could have bluffed that a little bit.
do you think this three size is preemptively for a panda?
Absolutely, because
I mean,
he wants
that's bold.
he wants the rep. Um, yeah, I
I mean,
guess,
he's got everything for it.
but it's also just that's what his I believe that's what his strength was at. It's possible he would have built a four size if his strength is at four. He's just looking to pick up the rep. He will get to his first upgrade when he plays the Tarsier. Yeah, there's the panda.
Answers our question.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
he
it.
has all the components, but the problem is what are we what are we playing? What are we keeping? I assume we want to play the expert on Europe to give us the Tarsier um, enclosure without having to build again. But maybe that delays too much. We know we probably want this expert in herbivores down, don't we? With money sponsors and giving us the guaranteed tag for panda.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
see how he
Okay.
navigates this. I do think we need
Oh, we
this,
have the two size already.
but
We don't need a one size.
but I think we want to play. It would be nice to play Tarsier and Kawadi this
Oh,
move
okay.
if we want to get both down. And so I'm wondering whether or not. I mean, maybe he'll just build a two size here.
Oh, so
I guess
if we had gone expert in Europe there, um, and this turn played Kawadi Tarsier, which we would have enough for. We still have panda, elephant, and expert in herbivores to carry into the next round if the break is completed by beast mode.
I do think he wouldn't have had enough to um,
Oh, because money
play
sponsors gave us
both.
the
Yeah, like
yeah.
we
You're
needed the
right.
additional money off of herbivores and money
Okay.
sponsors. I think you just played into the three size here. I mean, I think this was, dare I say, a bit of a miscalculation by BDW. Building the three size, I think maybe. I guess I think maybe he built the three size and no, he built the three size after he drew off of the zoo school into the
Hmm.
Tarsier.
Yeah. So
But maybe didn't quite expect the break to be threatened so quickly by beast mode.
yeah.
Oh, he's just gonna hold on to it. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, not wanting to waste the three size for he's going to be able to get another two size, I assume, with his um, with his project reward to navigate towards the H's, give him something to play the quaddy into. Doesn't want to waste the 3 size that's custom built for his panda.
I'm interested to see, you know, he's got upgrading a Sos first for the Partner Zoo race is interesting. I see the logic. Uh, it looks like beast mode is threatening to do 5 Africa relatively soon, after all.
So um, I think it will be a little while, but it looks like BDW should be able to even this round if he gets a little money sponsors action, the playing the quaddy and in the whatever 2 size he creates, uh, and donating to give him. Sorry, the project will give him 2 CP. The donation will get him to 3, and then playing the panda this round will give him the additional partner zoo. So I think he'll be able to
So
do it this round.
that is true, but he didn't need to upgrade a Sos for that because he was already at 1 CP from the Zoo School.
Oh,
So I'm a
okay.
little
You're right.
I'm not
Yeah.
I don't know if he had other things in mind. Maybe he's just trying to give himself multiple outs and doesn't expect the
Yeah, and
it to come
those
down this round.
again.
Either way, he's not upgrading 2 for 2 size. He's going for snapping,
Yeah, again,
which
I'm
the
wrong
primate
on that.
breeding program. Yeah, no, well, it's a little perplexing. I think this break is great for him potentially, though. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I mean he absolutely has ways to spend the money. So I wonder if he would have gone 2 size if that primate breeding didn't show up. It's such a perfect card for him where he only has one animal, one partner zoo, and they are matching. So it's just such an easy next project that you don't even need to try to get the panda down quite yet. So it
It's
looks
also, I mean, it's very good for beast mode, um, who has the macaque. So it's a very high sort of priority card for both players. So I do like that snap. Um,
oh, that's true. Yeah, as much as it is a great card for him, it's also a denial because the primate breeding program has such a even though it doesn't seem like it, I feel like it has such a huge discrepancy between whether you get to play it first or second. Just like losing out on the 2 rep or even just the 1 CP feels more punishing to me than it probably should. But I think it's a good pickup. He's
it does feel a lot worse than like leeching off a management plan or something,
yeah,
where you can get some rep off the reward if you're not getting the card draw. There's a lot of things that you can usually get that are, maybe not as good as the first player's reward, but still feel worthwhile.
yeah. And I missed in chat. Mouse is talking about dodging the uh, pilfer. I missed. I must have missed. Do we know about a? Oh, the small macaque. I did miss that.
There was the Barbie macaque, yeah, in the
Yeah.
first round. And I mean, I guess by not playing Kawadi round one,
Mhm.
he dodged it, which
Yeah.
was clever.
Maybe that was
Um,
part of the rather than just the size or like the enclosure size. It was also not wanting to exceed a certain amount of appeal. And now he's added a brown bear, so he's got all the powerful bears. He's about to get this partner zoo with
Keeping that
the
Kawadi,
breeding
man. I
program.
mean,
Yeah,
that really shows you, I think, no project relevance whatsoever, but the bear tag is just so powerful.
yeah, yeah. And the looking at his opening hand, I think there were 3 cards that were clearly just like never keep cards. But I probably with keeping the elephant and having another option of Africa animal, I may have ended up going that way and missing out on this road that he's gone down of just like powerful bears. And if he wants to, it'll be interesting to see what he goes for this round because he has 3 very powerful animals. What order he goes for them in.
And he mouses over the Manga Bay here.
Yeah,
We also,
is that for him or for what he thinks the opponent? Let's
well,
see.
we'll see. This card's action might allow him to deny it, and he
Yeah,
does
for
deny
sure.
it or take it for himself. We'll see. And we also
Because
have beast mode now connected to the Institute
hmm
with the side entrance, which is very cute. I like that play.
and we saw he has a what was it, a 2 size and a 4 size open. He hasn't played another animal since the initial Africas. I assume he has, excuse me, more Africa ready. This might just be a releasing a releasing vulture here. Unless it's just if it's the best animal he has, that's one thing, but it's a little off plan for what he started going for. But maybe it's
Yeah, I mean,
just a
a
strong animal.
couple of strong animals there, not and both required the inst. Well, the Cotton Top Tamarin required the Institute because he only had
Hmm
the one science tag. Um, doesn't quite get him to 8 rep, which is too bad, but maybe he's got other ways of getting there this round. Uh, I also, basic research looks not bad for BDW. I would think about that if
Oh.
I were. I guess he's got no real way to get it. Actually, no, that's not true. He's got card draw and 10 rep, but
But yeah,
uh,
but yeah, he's still
needs to
only
upgrade
at
sponsors.
he's only at 7 appeal. He's still two universities away from that upgrade.
Yeah, that's a good. It's. I mean, he'll get one this round, but
Yeah,
he might.
this
This
is the
giant panda that's
chance.
gonna. No, it's not gonna come down anytime soon. Actually, um,
Is his hand
we'll see.
size?
Actually, what is he gonna do with this?
It is hand
Yeah, hand
size.
size. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh,
Just
and
like
he
you
does.
said. I mean, he has so much time for it. Like if he's getting his first if he's getting his first university now, he just needs one more, and he's at I guess after this he'll have two more appeals, so he's at 9. Does a nice chain for because he has low appeal. I think it is worth it to get. Oh my God, it is worth it to get the extra income, and he picks up.
uh, I mean, with zero science tags.
Yeah, but he basically needs one. This archaeologist is honestly interesting because if he just makes his second university uh, a 2 science, then he just needs one from another card, and he has field research to pair it with. And he's got his he's got two of his, I guess, four. Does he need
This is gonna
four
be gross.
enclosures for these
He's
animals?
gonna do. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna do
Uh,
basic research, double two science museum, basic research, and guerrilla field research, maybe in the same move,
Oh,
and
he
then
does have.
science museum is
Yes, he
playable.
does have. I forgot that the basic research is the tag as well. I like getting rid of the
Ooh.
manga bay. I think
If we get rid of the manga bay, do we get rid of the brown bear over the elephant? I don't know.
elephant
I,
still gives
I guess.
us an option for. Interesting.
Oh,
You're
he
right.
heard me.
Yeah, I think I.
No, I don't know. But
Oh, there
you
is the
know,
low mountain
the
range. Interesting. Sorry. Go ahead.
oh that little mountain range is very nice. I I think against the brown bear, I don't know what his project play to support
That's
with
what I
it.
was thinking was the. I don't see an amazing use for the the double association action, although it can be he can use it this turn, pick up his what do you call it? The two double science uni, and then do something else with it. So it's
Yeah, he
never
has.
bad to have a multiplier on your association action, but the I guess I was just still attached to that elephant from the opening hand.
It still looks good, but oh, so does that wall lizard actually. Rare wall lizard win right here.
Yeah, that's
But
just
there's
enough
there's a
money
project.
and the project.
And then with two science uni, I mean, he can also, well, he won't be able to donate even with all these X tokens, but with upgraded Assos, the times two on Assos is also always a little more appealing.
That's true.
Um, and he upgraded it first, so although at this point he has already capitalized on cheap donations. I
And
guess the
it's
herpetologist maybe to
yeah,
enable a couple donations.
yeah. I think that's good. Just that's extra money. It gets associate your sponsors out of the way without having to like exit back because you wanna preserve that strength, but you don't want to leave it there while you try to get your you can't use it to its fullest extent until you get it upgraded. So it needs to be we need to get things out of the way in order to get our association up to get that second university. So it's I think it's very nice to be able to play that extra sponsor and get money from it.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't money sponsors, it would feel like a total waste of time. But on money sponsors, you can feel a little bit redeemed for playing a totally project relevant herpetologist. And maybe you'll get them a little bit more money throughout the game.
Yeah, Mouse brought up there was a little bit of a inefficiency where if you played sponsors at 4, you get 3 extra money from the wall lizard, and and sponsors would be a little bit higher right now.
I guess he just really wanted to have a project to do.
Mm.
Although, I mean, he's brought in some great projects for Beast Mode to do.
Yeah.
Um,
So we know Beast Mode did not have a release for that Vulture, since
yeah,
we have everything in hand. But we do have the
that's second
Secretary
time.
Bird and the for the low mountain range. So everything is looking very strong for BDW. He's got a stacked hand right now,
Yeah,
and the break's
this
only
is
at
gross.
the break's at 2 out of 9. Uh, he's using his last X Beast Mode's using his last X token, so or I guess he has clever cards, so he would be able to use cards, get build out of the way, and break. But I think BDW in the next 2 turns will be able to use his association action, upgrade his sponsors, and get most of these sponsors played. Still well
Yeah.
under the 25 point cap for his 4 CP basic research.
Oh my God. It's
Well,
gonna
I
be
guess
so gross.
5 CP with Science Museum. Oh no, he will need to play basic research first.
12 money, I guess, for maybe donations. Um, and then he's just gonna have the grossest sponsors action of all time.
Let's see. So
Do do we think
if
he
you wanted to
do you think he
play
plays them all in one move? Because he could.
11, he wouldn't quite be able to for
You know,
sure.
with the Hollywood Hills discounts, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh yes. Then he absolutely does. I completely forgot where we were. And this is funny. He's keeping a zero science tag to because he's about to just obliterate it. Oh, interesting. So he's using his X tokens here um, on his association. So then, I'm sorry. So that's 8. It's going to be 8 for the 3. Oh, he's getting his X
Yes.
tokens
So
back.
he will have exactly enough, but it will burn all of his X tokens.
I think it's worth it to
Um,
get them all out now because um, it just
oh,
to get it all out
also,
in one action. Unless you think
I
beast
mean,
mode is not going to. Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, we don't have. I think we do it anyway because we want the money from Science Museum to play Secretary Bird.
and then
Wait, did I miscount?
so he
Oh,
he's gonna
he's
get
not playing
the
us.
university off of the two science university off of 15 rep, um, which is an interesting line. Not one I would have thought of. I'm not really sure I understand the logic behind going for this aquarium first. Um,
Is he just playing? Is he just using this turn, the sponsors one, to play Guerrilla Field Research into the double science.
So
No,
he's going
you
to
wait.
have to
You
do
wait.
animals first because he doesn't have enough science icons to play Gorilla Field Research yet. So I think he's going to play Secretary
Oh, right.
Bird
You're right.
and maybe the Stoat with it. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know if
I
that's worth
forgot. I
playing, but
forgot that the playing the aquarium first did go over the 5 money, which gave him the money. I was originally thinking that we were going to need the money from Science Museum to be able to play the Secretary Bird, but um, he had the better line of saving those science cards, so he was able to play two before, and those will now cost, what was that, a total of five? Um, five strength.
it's now 69 to 30. I mean, a a couple actions ago, we had a pretty close run game here. Uh, but now we have Low Mountain Range coming up,
He's
Science Museum and Gorilla Field Researcher. He doesn't have to leave the round anytime soon.
Yeah, he still has
I guess Beast Mode,
so much action.
you know, if he can get to 5 Africa somehow here, I don't know what his enclosure situation is, but there's no.
I mean, BDW may have trouble staying under 100 to do everything that he wants to do, just because I feel like he wants to play his science. He wants to the release the Secretary Bird. He probably wants to somehow play this Panda and Galapagos into the freed up enclosure at the same time. Uh,
Why is he even? I mean, does he have like an aquatic endgame? I feel like the aquarium distraction was totally unnecessary. Like, let him play a stoat, and now he's getting a peel off of the aquarium. Just finish him off with these science icons, man. Just go straight for it, you know?
Yeah, let's see what he gets to. That extra X token gave him. I guess he didn't need the X token, but he needed it out of the way. Um, let's see what he gets to with this. He was at 71. He got 11. 11 point sponsor action. Back to 17 money. He can.
He if he doesn't play this panda, man,
I think he
it'd be
may.
so.
Do you break one here to get 7 money and play the panda puts you up to 99?
That's calculated? Because if so, that's crazy.
Oh, actually,
Um,
he's hovering over the Agama. If he breaks one, you Agama. Not quite. Agama costs
I don't. Does
costs
he have an
four.
open two size also?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah,
There might be
so
one at the bottom of his map that I'm not able to see here.
I don't believe so, because the bottom left of his map is the pavilion kiosk pavilion chain.
Oh yeah, the I guess also the Agama is too much anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking he was. I was like, oh, sell everything in your hand, but it's not a Galapagos. You could only sell two. So I think this puts him
Oh,
at 99.
expert in Herbies into Pavilion finish. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot about the Herbie. So he does have the strong cross here,
I mean,
and similar to
Beast Mode
game
has a four
two.
size. It could be an eagle.
Yeah, similar to game two, he'd be crossing while beast mode was at 52. Which it keeps happening where they go into each game has ended where they go into a new round. BDW basically ends in one, and beast mode uses his extra turns to try to get as close as possible. But this one felt like it snowballed pretty quickly
And
once the science started happening.
Beast Mode is throwing in the towel, and I don't totally blame him. I mean, this is it was a very nice string of sponsor draws there for BDW, and not a lot that Beast Mode could really do about it. Uh, but really put on a clinic on Hollywood Hills here.
Yeah, I'm sure Beast Mode's upset that he's not going to get the opportunity to get to play Hollywood Hills and on the switchback. So he's really missing out. Let's see. See, he's here. He'll pick up America, and he'll be ready to play that tortoise if he had the opportunity to.
Into the four size. We should make BDW play to 150, I think. Just to even it out for the rest of the field.
So who did you say with this 3-0? You said his next opponent would be Scalding.
That's right, it'll be Scalding.
That's exciting.
Very strong player also, so I mean it'll be a good matchup, I'm sure. Um, we'll see. I mean, BDW obviously piloted these very well. It does seem like he got lucky, but I also feel that's usually the case when someone is piloting themselves the game pretty well.
Yeah.
They make a little bit of their own luck.
This is the one. Looks like we do not get any extra turns. Beast mode finishes with the Sumatran tiger, and what's that? The reptile, African reptile. So he does get to 5 Africa. But yeah, it's very strong game
Yeah,
from BDW.
strong game.
I want to see if
It was a 28 turn
okay.
cross. So, I mean, not, we had it was 27, 31, 27, and 28. So all good performances. 27 and 28, obviously good results, but nothing crazy, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It looks like BDW has come off of mute and deafen, so I don't know if he maybe went to check on his ramen, but otherwise we can have a chat with him about his performance.
yeah, let's, if BDW is there and wants to talk about the games and
Hi, I am here.
they
I can
went.
start my ramen a little later
Okay.
because this game was on the quicker side of things.
Well
Thanks for
played.
joining.
Yeah, a nice 3-0. See, the last one was very exciting to watch. We were actually not watching your second game from your perspective. So all the pack animals were a bit of a surprise. Which game do you feel like went the best for you? Which one were you most pleased with? Because it seemed like you had some interesting games in all three.
If you're talking about interesting decisions that I had to make, I'd say the first game because I was very worried that I had to end this game before the bomb happens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of just cross before Eagles become a problem.
Yeah, he was definitely. Oh wait, that was the second game I was thinking of. Where on T1 he was amassing a lot of strong. I think we saw him snap the Sun Bear, Rhino, and Eagle. But in game one, yeah, he had those birds piling on.
The Eagle plus the Silver Lake Determination Project reward is always pretty intimidating. Were you surprised by how close that ended up being, or had you already
No,
calculated
it
out
lined
that
up
you were
because like there's gonna
guaranteed?
be Rhino Project plus Eagle and some animal. For some reason, Galapagos escaped my head, but I should have been tracking. But I knew what was coming was Species Project, then Eagle and some animal, and then Uni finish. But I
Mm-hmm.
did the math roughly, and I was like, this should be mathematically fine, even for the worst animal, because of my end game. It was support CP as well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember. I think game one was the one with the elephant as well. So I also had to account for the worst
Yes.
case scenario of that. But even then, that was still safe
Yeah, because I think he
by
won by
just
7.
enough.
Yeah, I think 7 or 6, something around there, and he had as good as he could have with a 4 CPN game and a 3 CPN game. There weren't that many that I think got him there. So he was even with 2 4 CPN games. You're right. You still pull it out, and his last turn went exactly how you expected, which ended up with it being Research Zoo. Ended up being even stronger because he got the 2 CP from his from the last university. It gave him his Tech Institute endgame as well as 2 CP from 2 CP or 1 CP, I guess, from his research zoo. So yeah, it was very close. It was definitely closer than we were expecting. But you're right to you calculated it as a definite victory there.
On
The
on
second game
game
was
one
also
also.
interesting
Oh, sorry,
because
go ahead.
so you saw all the pack animals at the end, and
Yes.
I had the lion and the sea lion at the start. I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing Preds 4. The cheetah was a random draw, but
Uh,
then I was thinking Like, do I want to do Sloth Bear release? I don't know, because then he might just take the Manta Ray or do something silly later. Like, at minimum, he has a Water Dragon release. I don't really want to feed it to him, but I'm going to keep it around just in case. And then I think the crucial point was when he did not play the Duke or take the Duke away, because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's my big release.
Hmm. Yeah, the that's interesting because um, Sam had pointed out that that you didn't seem like you were in a rush to do Predators 2, so it was likely that you had Predators 4 because you both had two Predators at one point. So it was likely you had extra Predators in your hand, but then when we saw Cheetah come out, I just assumed that was the reason why and wasn't ready for the string of pack animals to end the game. So that was really interesting and it really definitely worked out. But yeah, the
I think
Duke.
you had a dingo in there too, which was, it's always fun when you play the 9 point dingo or whatever it was.
I think I ran away with it once I got that dingo, because there was a crucial wave there as well where the dingo just got into range for me, and for some reason Beast didn't play it out of range or something. I think that was a dingo that needed to be denied because it's so many points for me. You didn't, no one knew that because they don't know the upcoming pack animals, which is
Mhm.
nice. But it's still kind of scary when I have a lot of predators, especially the cheetah, just chilling.
Yeah. When you got that, the cheetah was already played. Is that correct? Or was the cheetah
It
still
should
hidden?
have been
Yeah.
by that
Yeah, yeah,
point.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
I, I'm curious if we can go back to game one. You pretty quickly decided to play Waza special assignment for small animals, even though you have a rhino in hand. I mean, were you just convinced that the Waza was going to pay off? How did you make that decision? Because that was one that we kind of were thinking about whether or not it was worth trying to build for the rhino first, or whether you should just go for Waza small straight away.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty big decision I had to make. So yeah, at the moment, as because you were expecting my hand, you should have seen a barrage of small animals,
Mhm.
and I considered, yeah, I could play the rhino, but then the problem is I have to build big for it. It gets in the way, and then it might not be enough points to end this game by itself. So the first thing that I did in the game was 2 CP worker, which is pretty unusual for me because I'm usually for the upgrades, but then I had to think, well, with this round 1 pressure, I can probably get the second worker in, and T1 is a map that doesn't mind the 2 CP worker as much. Plus, I didn't have any. If I'm going to go 2 CP route, I will probably do the standard bread and butter animals, cards, and sponsors, and they were things I want to get upgraded. There's no room for a social, but that's okay. Anyway, that gets to where I am, where I'm realizing that the only way for me to likely end this game is via brute force, and that's when Wasa Special comes in, because it's going to roll in so many points over time, the
Mhm.
earlier I start committing to it. And I had enough smalls to keep the train going, especially with the owls.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The getting that owl was definitely helpful. Um,
Happy calculated it after 20 points, I think, off of special assignment, 20 appeal. So definitely paid off.
Yeah, it
and
did so much heavy lifting, and I think you saw me do some cheeky things with the hippo too.
yeah, and I forgot that you had because you were hovering. You almost took it initially, and you were hovering over it, and I forgot that you had ignore requirements to be able to play. I was trying to figure out how you were anticipating getting taking the time to get the partner zoo and everything, but that was a nice play. But like you said, where you went 2 CP worker, you made me look like an idiot because I was like, oh, I've seen a lot of BDW play, and if I know him, he's not going to CP worker. He likes getting the upgrade, and and this one was more of a guess. I thought you were going to go because you had a few small animals. Start with the two size, but was the do you tend to like going the card draw early? Was it just to because you were expecting to accelerate your rep? Try to get that out early because you wanted to get the Horse Whisperer down. What was the? Did you have much of a choice for the two size versus the card draw, or do you typically lean the latter?
Generally, I lean towards the Tech Harbor ability because it is so oppressive if you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I had to be less aggressive with it and more I'm just tending to myself. So the crucial part with the 2 CP worker in this case, which I remember now, is that I would be at 3 rep in total when I do the release and I take 2 CP worker because there's one from the project and then one from the worker itself. Then I can huddle my way up to 2 rep uni, which wasn't taken, which means that I can still get an upgrade. And
Okay. Yeah.
I should keep the ball rolling on Asosh because Tech Harbor is kind of a silly thing for making sure you get to do the actions you want to do.
Yeah, very fair. Yeah, it was a nicely played game. I also want to ask something. Moving on to game three, you one decision point that you had was it looked like you were wondering whether you should play the Kawadi into the 3 size. You ultimately decided not to, and we were initially thinking it was just to preserve the 3 size for the Panda, but Mouse in chat had pointed out that it helped you evade Pilfer. Did that play into the decision, or what was that decision based on?
I'll admit I would Pilfer from their side escaped me.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly just I don't really want to build another 3 size because the Tetris and the effort to accommodate that gets really annoying. So I decided, okay, I'm willing to sack 1 card going into the next round in exchange for I don't have to build another 3 size. It just so I was too obsessed with playing psychological warfare with the whole 3 size take Asia.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were obviously eyeing that Panda from the get go with the expert in herbivores and Quadi in hand. You definitely made it clear that that's what you wanted. Did you have any thoughts about playing the expert in Europe first to give yourself the 1 size for the monkey, or was it just you knew it was going to be too slow? If you did that, you might not be able to get out the expert in herbivores afterwards.
I knew it was too slow.
Okay.
I really wanted to because it's so convenient for the Tarsier and might help me later for Europe, but I was like, I really need that tag from Expert on Herbies because there's no promise that I actually find an herbivore, or if I do, I'm probably at the time I'm thinking I'm gonna play this elephant at some point, so I could use the money later. I need $6. I need every bit of money I can for this thing because if the round went a little too long, I could have considered okay, I play both my Tarsier and Kawadi. Thankfully, I never did, so I never got Pilfer. But anyway,
Yeah.
I really needed that money, and
Okay.
it turns out that it was really important because you saw how poor I was. Like I was just waiting so that I could afford whatever big chungus I want to throw in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's a good point.
so you had a couple. You had an interesting. You ended up discarding the elephant. I forget if that's going to round 3 or a different round, but you decided to keep the brown bear instead, without sort of clear projects to pursue. Obviously, you kind of want to get these universities up for your science museum, but if you hadn't hit the wall lizard, were you like going to take your partner zoo and then try to do 2 Europe, or what was your sort of thought process for how you'd make use of the ×2 on Assos?
So the first thing that came to mind was double uni, but which is not great. But I could also just brute force Europe too if required. But the reason why I discarded the elephant was Beast caused break. I looked at the map and realized, oh crap, he has priority on zebra, so I have to
Yeah.
fold.
Yeah, that's it. When I saw after you discarded it, I was like, oh, there's a zebra on display, and then I realized that you had no shot at it, so it did make sense. My first thought was to keep the elephant because you had already taken the partner zoo, and you could work your way up to even if you don't get Africa 5, it's at least an additional project, but the the bear really did, I think, work out for you, especially with the the lizard.
The bear was also, assuming lizard never came, the bear was uh, for my 5th shield for basic research, so that was helpful in its
Oh,
own
okay.
way.
Also, I didn't even think about that, but that was a pretty insane basic research. Did you that round had you calculated out the need to play aquarium and build a small aquarium,
Oh yeah.
and then after getting the money
I
from
realized I
extra
could run to
herbivores,
endgame, yes.
how many turns back did you figure that out, or did that kind of was it sort of like
Once I
you wanted
played
to play
Aquarium, I
the
started thinking I have the threat to just end the game because my B should remember that Panda because you know how Panda likes to close games.
Hmm.
of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
the I was initially surprised. I was expecting with the bear action to the association action to get the double science rep. I'm sorry, the double science instead of the science 2 rep, and then for your sponsors action, play the 3 um, science sponsors. But yeah, you're lined with just playing the basic research along with the aquarium to get some money, and then separating it and getting the extra money and the extra trigger on the science museum later. Obviously, perfectly fueled with your break one, the the close. So it was really well played. I would have definitely just played everything I had, done what I could, played the it would have given you the money either way to play the Secretary Bird and just expected to go to the next round. But your way worked out much better, I think.
Uni at 16 rep was crucial because that would help me get just enough points to, in theory, be just end the game mode. And, well, it should be a pretty lopsided game by now, but it's more like I'm trying to make this win chance from 99% to 100%. So
Mm-hmm.
just close out any sneaky ways that I could lose.
Yeah, yeah, good point. That's that was just a really strong showing. Is Hollywood Hills your go-to kind of like a series ending map now?
So I debated between Hollywood and Drawing Board because both are trauma for the opponent in their own ways. But then I looked at the project and was like, okay, this is gonna be a really slow game, and if it's gonna be a slow game, Drawing Board still prefers Species as the project. So I decided to go Hollywood because it's funny.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well,
Yeah, drawing board would not be ideal with that project selection. I forgot you get a look at the base projects before you choose the map.
when you kept the Quadi in your opening hand in game three, which definitely paid off. We were wondering whether or not, obviously the bear tag is very useful, but you have the jumping monkey with the Africa
Oh,
tag that goes
Sitaka,
kind of
no, I
nicely.
don't rate it because it's so expensive,
Hmm.
and I'm not gonna use the monkey it gives me, probably not. So a lot of value is gonna be thrown out the window. Versus the quality of the X token is very important. The bear tag might be useful, but it's also a lot easier to play for a first animal.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like
Makes a ton of
if
sense.
you keep the elephant as well as the monkey, are you just like are you the putting yourself in a position where you need to take Africa Partner Zoo and you're trying somehow to go like your first project as Africa 5 with very expensive animals. So it's uh, yeah, it makes more sense to take it, play it smaller like you did, and it obviously worked out perfectly for you.
Hollywood in general likes taking unis because of the double upgrade things where you upgrade both animals and sponsors, and then it figures out the partner zoo situation. So I knew Elephant was going to be the long, long
Hmm.
run. Hopefully, I get Africa 5 or at least some of the Africa project, but it so happened to be tossed away because funny reasons, which is that I had too many good animals, and somehow the elephant is the worst thing in my hand.
Yeah, I was joking that at the end of the game you're gonna have to try to figure out a way to stay under 100 so that you could do everything you wanted, including releasing the Secretary Bird and trying to play, and then maybe playing the Panda and Galapagos at the same time uh, to close it out. But you did end up getting the Galapagos and all the requirements at the very end, but you were way over 100, so no chance to play it. It was a very
I do
entertaining
kind of want to
series.
put him out of his misery out after
Oh
that
yeah.
because I think once Primate Breeding Program showed up, I was like, this game is probably over.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask about that too. If that doesn't show up, are you still taking snapping for something on the board, or are you taking two size?
I would have taken two sides, but once that thing showed up, I slammed the panic button, like grab.
Yeah, yeah. With both of you had monkeys with the partnerships. Yeah, it's unfortunate this did only go 3 games for all of us viewers, but well played to you. I heard your next opponent would be Scalding, I believe, so that'll be a good matchup as well.
Oh yeah, we fought in last season too. I would also like to 3-0 that, but I don't think he will appreciate that, and he will do his best to not let that happen.
Do you recall what was your series score last season?
Maybe it was 3-0. If it has, wait, no. Um, I'm pretty sure this has to have happened in group stage, which means he most likely got one punch on me. But if it happened at, wait, no, it happened at final stage, which means that I 3-0'd him.
Oh, okay.
Well, well played. Well played also to Beast Mode, who still is in the tournament. He's in the scavenging round 2, where he'll have a best of 3 against one of the other members of the scavenging bracket, just sort of the losers bracket. And that best of 3 will be the week of August 9th. The opponent's not yet determined. For the Perception quarterfinals, we currently have Cow, Trusting Seagull, Scalding, who will be BDW's opponent, and Nicholas 21. And the rest of that bracket is not yet set, so we'll be finding out more about who makes that relatively shortly. But very well played today, and thanks to everyone who tuned in. I don't know if you guys want to chat a little bit more, but I am going to sign off, I think, for the evening. But it was really fun to watch and commentate these games, and thanks to HappyChild for leading the way on this.
No, thank you. Thank you for joining. It was both of our first time doing it, so hopefully I tried to focus on what was going on, but BDW thought you thinking and act quicker with the pressure of the game than I can even just watching it. So we tried to keep up as best we could, but like he said, it was very entertaining. And thank you for agreeing to stream it and let everybody watch.
I'll definitely be there to stream for my next match against Scalding, and assuming I make it to Sam, I definitely want to stream that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that. I look forward to both of those if they occur.
That could be a pretty intense semifinal showdown. We'll see. I'm sure. I don't know. I guess that'd be a rematch, right? Of
that was
the previous final.
That was the finals last season, I believe. And it went. Was that a best of 7? That was game 7.
It was a best of 7. It was wild.
Yeah, and that was.
Was that the reverse sweep?
Or yeah, the almost got swept and then reverse sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that series. I hope we get more like it. Try not to. I understand you like the 3-0s, but we want a little more. We want a little more tension and suspense here.
Well, ask the opponents to keep up the pace, and I'm sure they'll take a eye out from me.
Oh,
but I must go into my ramen.
Okay, all right then. Thank you again, and well played.
Well played, BDW. Enjoy that ramen.
And thank you everybody for joining. Looks like that'll be the end of the stream. Hopefully, it wasn't too bad. I know we had audio issues, but I think outside of that, mostly went smoothly. So thank you all, and we'll see you on Discord.
We had fun at least.
Yes,
so
I agree. Thank you, Sam,
all right,
for joining.
Thank you, HappyChild. Take care.
You too.